Namaste all of you. How are you? Okay, good. Are you ready for learning? Okay. In this class, I am going to describe purely resistive circuit, purely inductive circuit, and purely capacitive circuit. Here you can see this is the symbol of resistor. This is the symbol of resistor. A resistor has resistance R. This is the symbol of resistor. Resistor. Okay. And this is the symbol of inductor. A inductor has inductance L. Inductor. Okay. Inductor has inductance. Resistor has resistance. Like that, a capacitor, you are familiar in capacitor because in electrostatics we had learned that capacitor, parallel plate capacitor, energy stored in capacitor, etc. This is the symbol of capacitor. 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 Okay. This is the symbol of capacitor. A capacitor has capacitance C. Okay. Actually, capacitor is an energy storage device like that of a cell or battery. Okay. Here I am going to explain an AC circuit which has either resistance only, either inductance only, either capacitance only. Okay. First one is here. First one is here. A AC circuit containing resistance only. This is the resistor which has resistance. It is connected to an EMF, that means alternating source E, and hence I ampere current is flowing through the circuit. This circuit has resistance only. Here no any inductance is presented, no any capacitance is presented, hence it is called purely resistive circuit. Purely resistive circuit, that means an AC circuit which has resistance only, okay, is called purely resistive circuit. Let a resistor connected to a source of alternating EMF E and represented as E is equal to E naught sin omega t. This is the general form of alternating EMF. Okay. When some amount of EMF is provided to the circuit, then some amount of current is, that means instantaneous current is flowing in the circuit. that current is I. Let I ampere current is flowing through the circuit at any instant of time t. Here it is a closed circuit. In electric current, you have already learnt that Kirchhoff's law. Kirchhoff has given two laws, KCL and KVL. KCL, Kirchhoff current law, and KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. Here, Kirchhoff voltage law is obeying. This is the potential difference. A product of I and R is equal to the potential drop across the AC circuit. Okay. According to the loop law, Kirchhoff's loop law, in any closed circuit, the sum of EMF, all EMF is zero. That means here I into R is positive and their direction of alternating EMF is negative. That implies I into R is minus E is equal to 0. Okay? That this is the according to the sign convention of current, which is used in closed circuit where we applying Kirchhoff's law. Okay, that implies I into R is equal to E. Here I into R is the potential drop across the circuit. It is also written as E is equal to I into R. E is the instantaneous EMF of the source and I into R is the instantaneous potential difference or drop across R, resistor R. It is here mentioned. Okay, using Kirchhoff's voltage law, that implies E is equal to V and E is equal to I into R. Okay, that implies, but E is equal to, according to the equation 1, E naught sin omega t is equal to I into R. Okay, therefore I is equal to E naught by R sin omega t. Okay, and V upon R is equal to I. Here E naught is the alternating EMF and R is the resistance, and their ratio is peak ratio gives peak value of alternating AC, that is I naught. If E naught by R is equal to I naught, where I naught is the peak value of AC, then this equation is written as I is equal to I naught sin omega t. This is the equation 2. Okay, when we comparing equation 1, E, that is equal to E naught sin omega t, E is equal to E naught sin omega t, and I is equal to I naught sin omega t, then we found that both EMF, E and current are the sine function in the form of angle omega t. That is, comparing 1 and 2, we found that E and I are the function of sine omega t. Hence, both are in same phase. Both have same phase. Okay, that implies when we plotted a graph between E and I, here E is the instantaneous value of alternating EMF and I is the instantaneous value of alternating current, and then we find that E and I E and I are in the same phase. E and I are in the same phase. Okay. Here EMF is some more with respect to current, because from Ohm's law V is equal to I into R. It is also written as E is equal to I into R. E is equal to, from Ohm's law, we can written as V is equal to I into R. Here, in this case, that means purely resistive circuit, E is equal to V, therefore E is equal to I into R. That means E is the product of current and resistance, and hence the magnitude of alternating EMF is always greater than the instantaneous value of alternating current. That means E always greater than I. This shows that both E and I are in the same phase with respect to angle omega t. When we draw a phasor diagram, then we find that this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay. I naught is presented here and E naught is presented here. That means they are in the same phase along with angle omega t, and I naught is equal to I naught, it is peak value of AC. Okay, while E naught is the peak value of EMF. Okay, this phasor diagram is suitable for only purely resistive circuit, but in the case of purely inductive circuit or purely capacitive circuit, the phasor diagram is different for each. So that I discuss here purely resistive circuit, and in the next class I will teach you purely inductive circuit and purely capacitive circuit. Till thank you. Have a nice day.